We're live on my YouTube. It's Dr. Sky. And let's go ahead and share this screen. Oh, can you do that anymore? That's why I quit presentation source brings you just, oh golly, where's the screen share button? You guys, oh, here it is. I forgot the button. You have to know buttons in the world nowadays. It's so true. Okay, we're going to go live on Hello. Are you ready? Here we go. It's Dr. Sky, and we're going to go live. And then we're also going to go ahead and load up a session here and see if my computer can handle all of this. Okay, we're going to play a hello song. Hello, how are you? And today we have ninth grade English. It's going to be fun. It's non-linear plots. Yes, what is non-linear? Do you know? Hi, welcome to my live stream. I'm not Teacher Sky anymore. I'm now Dr. Sky. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so we're in here. Let's go ahead. Let's see. What are you seeing? Oh, we need to bring up the page. Oh, good. That was so good. So, are we all here today? Who is here? Please tell me your name. Introduce yourself. I introduce myself. I'm Dr. Sky. I'm from Central United States in the Ozark Mountains near the Buffalo River. Okay, let me load up our lesson and we'll get started. It's really hard. Are you beginner? Are you intermediate? Or are you, oh, my alarm's going off, advanced? Now, I hope you're all of these things because I'm going to start at beginner, okay? And then we're going to get a little harder. We're going to do some reading. We're going to think about our careers. Do you have a career in mind? What are you going to do when you graduate or when you grow up or when you decide you are going to change careers? Okay, so I'm going to share this screen because we're going to do a hello song. Let me say hello to everyone. Hi, Delaney, Mohammed. I sure could use my assistance. Where's the Team Social Butterfly guys? Zain is here. Rahamat, Hassan. Good job, you guys. I'm glad to see you. Rahamat's Bangladesh. Oh, wonderful. Did it rain a lot? We could use some of that rain over here. I know it has to flood in one place and have drought in the other. Why does this happen? I can speak English. Can you? Now we're going to read English. We're going to learn to even write English. Can you write it? Okay, but first we're going to have a hello song. And let me find that here. Oh, are you ready to say hello? Hey, now, this is a community of practice, a professional learning community, and we all help each other, correct? So make sure you are assisting each other, especially when I get into the lesson. I'm going to need as much help as I can get. Okay, so help each other. And here we go. Hello, hello. How are you?
Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? How are you today?
I am fine. I am great. I am fine. I'm just great. I am fine. I am great. I'm very well today.
Great!
Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? How are you today?
I am hungry, I am tired, I am hungry and I am tired. I am hungry, I am tired, I'm not so good today.
Oh, well, I hope you feel better soon.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Hello.
Hello,
How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well today.
Browser.com sends you speedy home alerts for new
Okay,
homes
so
that hit
that
the
was a
market.
lot of fun. Did you like it? I know it's so cute. Let's make sure we're still on. Okay, everyone's still here. I like to record these live streams on my Teacher Sky ESL YouTube channel. So now I'm not Teacher Sky anymore. Did you hear? Yeah, I graduated. Is now ta-da, Dr. Sky. I know. I got that degree. I know. It's so fun. So I'm really glad to share with you all today some of what I've learned and some things that you can learn, just some good lessons. Do you know flashback? Oh, make sure you're taking care of one another because I'm going to get busy with the lesson and I need for you all to help each other to learn. Now, how do you learn English? What does Teacher Sky say to do? What will help you to get really good at it? You want to be very fluent, right? What do you do? Practice every day. Did you see it? Oh, very good. Yes, Delaney, you can ask questions now. We'll be getting in the lesson and I won't be asking as many questions or answering. You can ask and I'll try to answer. Oh, Mohina. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Yes, we are going to have such a good lesson. So let me see. I need to go ahead and share this screen. And we are going to do a lesson. Are you ready? Do you all have any kind of career in mind? What are you going to do? Have you graduated? Are you in school? Is there something that you're really good at that you like to do? What do you like to do? Okay, so we're getting ready. I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera on too. I'm at a university. I thought so, Raj. You're so smart. And what are you studying? Do you have a career? What are you good at? What do you like? You will find out as you progress in life that maybe you're not good at some things and you have to work at it. You have room to grow, right? Don't be hard on yourself. It just takes practice, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about careers and things like that. Oh, but I have this incredible lesson. And my thumbnail was so wrong. Non-linear plot. What is non-linear? Non I'm going to show a video. Linear plot. Yeah. So what is non-linear? Does it have to do with computers? I know. So this is a real short explanation. I can tell you, but there are a lot of ways that you can look at things when you're reading and when you're listening to someone. You can do it chronologically, like it happened first and then second and then third, or
Hey,
skip
parents.
this
Oh,
ad, or
As you have
you can
learned,
do it
plot
out of
is the main
order.
events of a play,
Let me see if I
novel,
can get this
or
cue.
movie.
Here
It's
we go.
devised
The
and
internet's a
presented
little
by
slow
a
when you
writer
play
as
video.
an
I'm going to start it over. Can you hear that? Okay. Are you ready? So I'm going to show the video. Are you ready? Okay. Let's make sure you have it on there. Oh, no, we don't. Let me share it right. Are you all taking care of each other? Because I'm having fun with the technology. Now, you have to converse with each other. This is a community of practice. Oh, Delaney says, if I'm a new listener of audio clips, does this improve my language over time? When I listen, there are some words I can't understand. That's very good, Delaney. Your English is perfect. Now, you do put a period on the end of your sentence, otherwise, it's perfect. Now, if I listen, I try to let's have a super simple song. You guys want to do that? I try to have something that I could also speak along with what I'm listening to. So one of the my favorite ways to do it is to sing along. You sing a song about something that you're trying to learn. Like supersimple.com has some great resources. supersimple.com, and it's really fun because you play the songs. You see, I went to songs, and then they have all these themes and topics. So action, verbs, spelling. Let's do some alphabet. Are you ready? We're going to do English language arts today. So here are some spelling. Do you know the alphabet song? Oh, it's so good. All right. So are you seeing it? Oh, good. All right. Are you ready? Now you have to sing along. If it's a movie you're watching, maybe you have something very short, a poem, and you say the words along. Okay. And that will help you with your English. All right. Here it is. ABCs. Let's sing. Ready?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Are you reading?
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
So, Raj, are you also a poet? I bet if you can write songs. H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W. High five! You did it. Good job. Now I know my ABCs. Now these are ABCs. You know them? Okay, it's very fun. All right. So I'm going to begin the lesson in about 4 minutes. Do we have another? Oh, that's so cute. So I recommend it. It's supersimple.com. You want another one? Let's look at some more alphabet, and then we're going to do advanced reading. Are you ready for that? I know this is all very simple and basic. We're
I
starting
promise to
with
prepare
beginner.
for my future.
Okay.
I promise to not skip
We
school.
have.
I promise to
Oh,
keep
that would be really good. Don't skip school, kids. Supersimple.com.
Turn and learn. ABCs.
Are you ready?
Word families.
It's going to be fun.
U, G.
Oh, you have to have
Ugh.
the right screen.
Let's get started. I see something rounded. I wonder what this is. Do you know what this is? Oh, that looks like a handle. It's a type of cup. Mug.
Just looking for a video.
M-U-G. Mug.
Okay. Mug. Did you get it?
Let's try again. I don't see anything yet. Nothing there either. Oh, are those stars? It looks like an oval. Now I know. Rug.
Rug. Did you get it?
R-U-G.
Oh, that's
Rug.
cute. I don't know if I can use this.
One more. Nothing yet. Could that be someone's hair? This one is tricky. Oh, it looks like there are two people. I know.
I
Hug.
have 1 minute, and I'll begin recording.
H-U-G. Hug.
Okay, so we're getting ready. Those are too cute. Did you like that? Oh, that was so fun. So we're just learning, and I'm going to begin recording. This lesson is linear versus non-linear plot. Are you ready? It's going to be fun, and we are going to learn a lot. We're going to learn about flashback and foreshadowing. Can you guess what that would be? It's going to be fun. So I'll begin recording. So, welcome to our lesson. We want you to participate. So, make sure anytime you come to my lesson that you have a pencil and paper so that you can take notes. Okay, there's good information in here. And we also have if you're watching the video, you can rewind. Okay. Don't feel bad if you didn't make it to the live. You can watch the video. Just make sure you pause and read every slide. Okay. It's really good information for you. And some of it might be on your STAR assessment. So, are you ready to get going? Welcome. It's going to be fun. Here we go. So, today, this is what our lesson is about. Can you read? I would like for you to read along, okay? It's getting a little more advanced, but you guys are pretty smart, right? Ninth graders? All right, so let's read. The student recognizes and analyzes literary elements within and across increasingly complex, traditional, contemporary, classical, and diverse literary texts. Analyze nonlinear plot development such as flashbacks. Oh, foreshadowing. I told you about that, didn't I? Subplots. Oh, that sounds hard. And parallel plot structures. And I'd like for you to compare it to linear plot development. What is linear? It happens consecutively, right? And nonlinear, oh, it's all mixed up and you have to figure stuff out. Can you do that? I think you can. You're doing a wonderful job. So stick with me. Are you there? All right. Now, remember, your grade is based on participation. Okay. So if you type in the chat, make sure you use complete sentences and good punctuation and always capitalize when you're supposed to. Are you ready to learn? Now, ask questions when needed. Take your time. You're going to do great. This is going to be so fun. So, first, let's talk about our careers. I know. Are you going to school? Have you considered? You want to read with me? Read along. Okay? Right here. Are you reading? Have you considered being a makeup artist? Oh, I love it. I do that every time before I go live, right? Oh, can you do it? It's also for theater, okay? So read along. Theatrical and performance as an occupation. Like I'm performing, right? It's kind of theater. To be or not to be. I will begin reciting poetry. Raj, did you write a good poem that I could read and you could share? Okay, so let's keep reading, okay? Makeup artist, and it's theatrical and performance makeup artists, you know, like for rock stars and stuff, right? And actresses. They apply makeup to enhance or alter the appearance of people appearing in productions such as movies or music videos. So, how much do they make? It's the average pay, and this is for United States, okay? How much? Can you say that? Now, we studied numbers. Can you say it? $106,920. Okay. You say dollars after, even though the dollar sign is before, you always say dollars. So 106,920. Is that a lot? Would you like to make that much? Would you like to be a makeup artist? Anyone here? Yeah? Do you wear makeup? Any of you girls? It's kind of fun, isn't it? It's very artistic. Who would like to be a makeup artist? You have to type in the okay, or just raise your hand. Okay, so are you ready for the lesson? Are you ready? Okay. Now, oh, we're getting started, and I'd like for you to read. Are you ready? Can you read with me? If you were here, I would have you read. You would hop on and you would get to read, okay? So now I have superpowers. I'm a teacher, right? So I can see you and I can hear you. I know if you're not reading. So let's all read. Ready? Flashbacks and foreshadowing are tools that we can use to add dimension to our writing. Are you writing? Now, I hope you're taking notes. This could be on your test. Flashbacks and foreshadowing. Ready? Flashbacks give us the ability to see into a character's past in real time. Like right now, we're going to look in my past. Oh, it's so exciting. I should write a book. Flashbacks interrupt the current action of the story to show a scene from the past. Oh, I remember that time. Do you remember? Do you have any flashbacks? Can you give an example of a flashback? A time when you did something. Oh, I can do one. I remember when I caught my first fish. Do you remember? Have you ever been fishing? Do you remember? Oh, I remember how it smelled. I remember all the sensations. So, flashback is the past, right? Now, this is if we're in a story and I'm telling you a story. So, what is foreshadowing? Is there some kind of shadow on me? Can I look in the future? It drops hints of what may happen in the future. Got it? I know it sounds so interesting. So, we're going to use something called, you know what an anchor is? They have it on a boat and it holds the boat in place, right? There's a big chain, okay? And they put it in the water and it locks them down in the earth down at the bottom of the sea, right? And it anchors us. So this is going to anchor you. And I recommend you write it down so you remember. Okay, can you see it okay? Let me bring it up a little. So, foreshadowing, read along. When the author hints or discusses an event that will happen later in the story. Can you prophesy and tell the future? I know if you're an author, you can. Do you write stories? Oh, it's so fun. You like to read stories? So, have you ever read one where they had a flashback and they started remembering something from the past? Okay, it says, when the author brings the reader back in time to explain an event. Okay, so are you getting it? We're going to do some practice. Here's an example. Are you ready? Oh, it's going to be so fun. Can you see it okay? I know some of it might be clipped off. I could make it bigger. Should I put it on the big screen for you? Okay, so let me do that. All right, let's read. A flashback is a scene that interrupts a story to describe an earlier event. Writers use flashback to show something about a character's past. Got it? Okay, here's an example. I know it's kind of, can you see it good? Okay, let's read. Anne watched her granddaughter play happily along the seashore. Suddenly, Anne was a child again. She and her sister were playing a game they called Mermaid, wearing seaweed in their hair until the sun went down. What a nice story. That's so cute. So that's an example of a flashback. She's watching her granddaughter and she thought about when she was a child. Okay. So here's an example of foreshadowing. Boy, this is, can you see okay? Good. You can spell it and everything. Now make sure you can spell it. Write it down right now. It's kind of a hard one. For is like before, like it's in the future. Shadowing. Okay, I'll read it for you. You want to read along? Okay, good. It's good practice, and I will help you with the hard words. All right, here we go. Foreshadowing is the author's use. Oh, here, I want to use this highlighter. Is the author's use of clues to hint at what might happen later in the story. Oh, so you can say, oh, I know what's going to happen. Now, maybe I can make this big and you can see it better. Here's the story. You like it? Tim and Sandy did not notice the dark storm clouds gathering in the evening sky. What's going to happen if there's storm clouds? They joyfully set out for a quiet boat ride. They're going on a boat? Oh no. Should they go on a boat if it's going to storm? Oh my goodness. What do you think? Okay. So that is foreshadowing. If there's a storm, what? They could capsize, right? I know. Isn't this cool? So we're going to do some more. You ready? Let's practice. Okay. It's going to be fun. You feel like it? I know. You love this, don't you? Learning can be fun and you use this stuff. Okay. When you are in the world, you will use it. So I'm going to make this big because there's a lot of words. And they go all the way to the edge. I'm sorry if it's cut off. So let's read, or you can listen and take notes. Okay. Make sure you write down the important words that will help you remember if there's a flashback. Okay. Flashback. Are they thinking about the past, or is there any foreshadowing going on in this story? Okay. Here we go. Lord Oakhurst lay dying in the oak chamber in the eastern wing of Oakhurst Castle. Through the open window in the calm of the summer evening came the sweet fragrance of the early violets and budding trees. And to the dying man, it seemed as if earth's loveliness and beauty were never so apparent as on this bright June day, his last day of life. His young wife, whom he loved with a devotion and strength that the presence of a king of terrors himself could not alter, moved about the apartment, weeping and sorrowful, sometimes arranging the sick man's pillow and inquiring of him in low, mournful tones if anything could be done to give him comfort, and again with stifled sobs, eating some chocolate caramels which she carried in the pocket of her apron. The servants went to and fro with what that quiet and subdued tread which prevails in a house where death is expected guest, and even the crash of broken china and shivered glass which announced their approach seemed to fall upon the ear with less violence and sound than usual. This is a long story. Are you following along? Lord Oakhurst was thinking of days gone by. Oh, this means something, doesn't it? Let's highlight it. What is it? Is he thinking? What is he thinking about? When he wooed and won his beautiful young wife, who was then but a charming and innocent girl. How clearly and minutely those scenes rose up at the call of his memory. Flashback. He seemed to be standing once more beneath the old chestnut grove where they had plighted their troth in the twilight under the stars. While the rare fragrance of June roses and the smell of supper came gently on the breeze. Can you smell it? It's like we're there, right? There he had told her his love, and how that his whole happiness and future joy lay in the hope that he might win for a bride. That if she would trust her future to his care, the devotedness of his lifetime should be hers, and his only thought would be to make her life one long day of sunshine and peanut candy. That sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Are you with me? What is this, foreshadowing or flashback? And now he was dying. In a few short hours, his spirit would rise up to the call of the destroyer, and quitting his poor, weak earthly frame, would go forth into that dim and dreaded unknown land, and solve with certainty that mystery which revealeth itself not to mortal man. What is it, guys? Is it a flashback or is it foreshadowing? So we need evidence. What is our evidence? Now, if it was a flashback, what was he thinking about? Days gone by. Right. And he smells the roses. Remember me telling you I smelled when I went fishing. And you know that fish I caught was the biggest fish. And grandpa ate it. I remember now. So when you think about the past, does it make you think about more stuff? I know it does me. It brings back all kinds of memories. Now, it did for him, right? He was thinking about he might win her for a bride. Is that kind of foreshadowing? That he might think about her future? Okay. And his lifetime should be hers. Is that romantic? Do you like romantic? Can you spell it? Romantic. I know, no one's typing. Type in the chat if you're reading along. Are you getting it? I want to make sure. Let's check in. Are you getting it? Now be sure and let me know. I need the thumbs up. Okay. So here's another one. You want to read along? Read with me. And after the passage, you're going to tell me whether, here, I'll make it big. You need it big. Okay, I do. So we can really see it good. Okay, ready? Now we want to know, is there a flashback? Are we thinking about the past? Or is there something foreshadowing that's telling us about the future? You know the difference now. Can you say the word flashback? Can you say it? Foreshadowing. Okay. Can you spell it? Sajini can. Hi, Lamus. Everybody's so quiet. Okay. How are we doing? All right. I'll read you a story. You tell me if it's flashback or foreshadowing. You can read along. Let's go. We were playing Scrabble. That's how bad it is. I'm 42 years old. It's blistering hot Sunday afternoon, and I all I can think of to do with my life is to play Scrabble. Have you ever played it? Oh, it will help you with your English. Oh, you have to spell words and it's so fun. I should be out doing exercise, spending money, meeting people. I don't think I've spoken to anyone except my wife since Thursday morning. On Thursday morning, I spoke to the milkman. My letters are terrible. I play appropriately, begin with the N, the big N, on the little pink star. Now he's talking about Scrabble. He's married to a wife. 22 points. So is he playing with his wife or all alone? Oh, she's playing. Here goes. You have to have a partner with Scrabble. Scrabble is a game. Haven't you played? Oh, look it up. It's so fun. It will help you with your English. You should try it. I watch my wife's smug expression as she rearranges her letters. Clack, clack, clack. I hate her. If she wasn't around, I'd be doing something interesting right now. I'd be climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. Where is that? Do you have Kilimanjaro? Have you been there? Oh, what exercise? You don't know exercise. Lift your arm 5 times. Okay, lift your other arm 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exercise, everyone. Come on. Let's exercise now. A workout. Do you go to the gym? You should exercise. This guy's really lamenting not exercising, right? Do you exercise? Don't sit in front of the computer all the time. You need to exercise. Okay, I'd be starring in the latest Hollywood blockbuster. Right, guy. I'd be sailing the Vendée Globe. What is that? Can you look it up? On a 60-foot clipper, that's a boat, right? It's sailing, called the New Horizons. I don't know, but I'd be doing something. So is he flashing back or is he foreshadowing? Is it in the future that he would be doing this? Or is it in the past? No. Foreshadowing? Is he thinking he could have done this in the future? Okay. Are you getting it? I need your help. You have to tell me, okay? Here it is. I'm going to give you the answer. It's foreshadowing. I watch my wife's smug expression as she rearranges her letters. Clack, clack, clack. I hate her. So there's evidence that he's thinking about the future and his wife is keeping him from being famous and rich and successful. Oh, could you do it? Okay, here's another one. Is it flashback? Are we thinking of the past or is it foreshadowing? Are we thinking of what could happen in the future? Delaney, I can't read your writing. The country is India. Where are you from? Anyone here from India? Have you visited? Okay, let's read. A colonial official and his wife are giving a large dinner party. They are seated with their guests, army officers and government attaches and their wives, and are visiting American naturalists in their spacious dining room, which was a bare marble floor, open rafters, and wide glass doors opening onto a veranda. What is a veranda or veranda? It's like a little porch that they can walk out on, right? Are you following? A spirited discussion springs up between a young girl who insists that women have outgrown the jumping on the chair at the sight of a mouse era. Do you jump on a chair when you see a mouse? Ah, mouse! And the colonel who says that they haven't. The woman's unfailing reaction in any crisis, the colonel says, is to scream. And while a man may feel like it, he has that ounce more of nerve control than the woman has. So the man doesn't scream. And that last ounce is what counts. Oh my goodness. Are you following? Hi, Waleed. We're doing very upper level. I hope you can read it. Read along. The American does not join in the argument, but watches the other guest. As he looks, he sees a strange expression come over the face of the hostess. She is staring straight ahead, her muscles contracting slightly. With a slight gesture, she summons the native boy standing behind her chair and whispers to him. The boy's eyes widen. He quickly leaves the room. Of the guests, none except the American notices or sees this boy place a bowl of milk on the veranda just outside the open door. The American comes to with a start. Comes to. Have you ever heard that? They were thinking about something, right? And kind of dreaming, and it it's they come to. She comes to with a start. Why? Why did she wake up? Because in India, milk in a bowl means only one thing. What is it? Do you know? Bait for a snake. He realizes there must be a cobra in the room. Is this a flashback? Does he remember the cobra? Or is it foreshadowing? Is there a cobra in the room? Do you know what a cobra is? What's a cobra? They have them in India, right? Have you seen one? I did at a zoo one time. Are these too hard for you? Okay, so let's figure it out. Is it flashback or foreshadowing? And I need some evidence here. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so they're at a dinner party, right? And this American here, this American naturalist, okay, they're talking about women seeing mice and screaming and jumping on the chair, right? Why doesn't the American join in the argument? He sees an expression on the hostess face and she looks scared. What does she see? Oh, look, it was the cobra, right? So is this foreshadowing? Would you like to know if there was a cobra in the room or a snake? You know, we have snakes in the Ozark Mountains. You have them in Texas, right? You have rattlesnakes. We have rattlesnakes. They're called timber rattlers because they live in the woods. I've seen a number of them. Okay, guys, are you ready? Here it is. It's foreshadowing. Did you guess it? If you did, you got it right. Now, I'd rather you put it in the chat, but I know you wrote it down. Why is it foreshadowing? Well, a spirited discussion springs up between a young girl who insists that women have outgrown the jumping on the chair at the sight of a mouse era. You see the dashes between that? Can you read it? Jumping on the chair at the sight of a mouse. That is an era, right? It's a time gone past. Yeah, so that's kind of flashbackish, right? That era is in the past. It's an era. Okay, so a colonel says they haven't. A woman's unfailing reaction to any crisis is to scream, right? Do we all scream? A man may feel like it, but they have an ounce more of nerve control than a woman, right? Do you guys scream? The last ounce is what counts. So, why does the author include it? The author, you see the answer here? This will help you. The author is giving clues that there is going to be a different reaction from the men and the women when this crisis happens, right? Would you be afraid if there was a cobra in the room? Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. You like it? It's pretty fun. All right, we're going to continue. What do you predict in this story? Prediction. It's kind of cut off, isn't it? So, predict, what does that mean? Is that in the future? Are you going to predict something? What do you predict? You predict the weather? Is it going to rain in the next few days? Prediction. What do you predict? I predict there is a cobra in the room with all these people, right? What were some of the clues? The kid put out a bowl of milk, didn't he? Does that mean it will draw snakes? I know, isn't that interesting? So we're learning a lot about culture and we're also learning about prediction. Here's a good one. I predict that the woman might have a calmer reaction than the man. You think? Because she already saw the snake, right? As he looks, he sees a strange expression come over the face of the hostess. Is she the woman that saw it? She saw a cobra coming into the room. Oh, she had a strange expression. She's staring straight ahead. Her muscles contract slightly. With a slight gesture, she summons the native boy and she whispers to him so she knows what's going on, right? And the guys don't. Do you think the guys will scream? You guys are so quiet. All right. You have to give me the answers, okay? Your grade depends on it. You have to type them in the chat, or you can write your words down on paper. So we're going to finish this passage. Are you listening? Can you read? I know if it's clipped off, you can go to the web app. He looks up at the rafters. That's up in the ceiling, right? Rafters, you can walk on them. The likeliest place, but they are bare. Three corners of the room are empty, and the fourth, the servants are waiting to serve the next course. That's in food, right? How many courses do you have in your food? Do you have the appetizer, and then you have like a salad or soup, right? Salad. What are good appetizers? Oh, I love salad. Okay. And then you have the main course. What is the main course? Usually like a meat, or if you don't eat meat, like, a casserole, some kind of good hot food is your main course. And then what's the dessert? My favorite. It's not a desert. You have 2 S's. Sweets. Oh, I know. Like cake, pie, cookies. Okay. So they're going to have more food at this party, but what is this guy looking for? Do you remember the story? There's only one place left. Under the table? What if that snake is under the table? His first impulse is to jump back and warn the others. But he knows the commotion would frighten the cobra into striking. He speaks quickly, the tone of his voice is so arresting that it sobers everyone. Sober. Like, were they drunk? If they weren't listening and having fun and all that, they would be like, oh, what? It must be serious, right? Are we sober when we're serious? Can you write it? Sober and is serious. Right. Very clear headed, thinking clearly. He says, are you ready? I want to know just what control everyone at that table has. I will count to 300. That's 5 minutes. And not one of you is to move a muscle. Those who move will forfeit 50 rupees. That's a lot of money, isn't it? Do you have any rupees? Can you pay? Can you pay? You have rupees? Okay. Is this going to make it safer for the people? Maybe they'll go along with it. Okay, here we go. The 20 people sit like stone images while he's counting. He is saying 280. When out of the corner of his eye, he sees the cobra emerge and make for the bowl of milk. He makes. Did he move toward it? Make for the bowl of milk. Screams ring out as he jumps to slam the veranda door safely shut. You were right, Colonel. The host exclaims, is that exciting? Like an exclamation point, right? You're not even typing in the chat. Come on. A man has just shown us an example of perfect control. Just a minute, the American says, turning to his hostess. Mrs. Wins, how did you know that the cobra was in the room? A faint smile lights up the woman's face as she replies, because it was crawling across my foot. Did that woman scream when it crawled across her foot? Oh my goodness. That's a good story. So, what is there a flashback anywhere? Are they thinking of the past? No. They're thinking of the future, right? What's your prediction? Did your prediction come true? What did you think was going to happen? What are examples of foreshadowing? Yes, our prediction came true. The woman felt the snake crawl across her foot, but she did not panic, right? Instead, she summoned the servant and solved the problem quietly. Could you do that? Oh, so what's another example of foreshadowing in this story? Good, Nisha. Do you know what's happening? Can you tell the story? Can you, in one sentence, just tell me what's going on? See if you got it. It sounds exciting. So, where are they? Are they in your country? Where are they? In India. Right. They're in India. And is there a custom in India to put milk out and the snake will come get the milk? Do you know that one? And there was a snake in the room with them, and they're talking about a mouse and how women are so afraid of mice, right? Okay, so this is foreshadowing. He speaks quickly, the tone of his voice so arresting, it sobers everyone. Remember that word sobers? What's the opposite of being sober? The man was not exactly calm, were they? Were they having a good time? And, you know, the opposite of sober, what is opposite? Antonym? Do you know antonym? It means different, is drunk. Right. So they were all drinking, partying, merry, have a good time. And suddenly, when he said that, did it wake them up? Sobered them, right? They got really serious. Are you sober? I hope there's no snakes in your room. I know we have them in the Ozarks. We have copperheads, they're very poisonous, and water moccasins. Okay, so here's another story. Good. Yeah, conscious is another word for sober. They're being conscious, awake, and paying attention. Okay, we have a news story. All right. Okay. Let me make it big. And we're almost out of time, so let's keep going. Marge, I wish I was a poet. Now, that's no cause for you to stop stringing the beans and looking at me like you was struck by lightning. Oh, this is going to be informal English. Okay. Lightning. So we left off the G and we put the apostrophe. You see it? Struck by lightning? What happened? Did she get struck by lightning? I think it's a figure of speech. No, I don't wish it on account of I want to be famous. But I do wish it because sometimes there are poetry things that I see. And I'd like to tell people about them in poetry way. In a poetry way. I what do you think? Can she write poetry? I bet it's beautiful, right? I know. Can you write poetry? Okay. I'm going to tell you again, if it's cut off, you need to go to the web app. I know you can see the whole thing on that. You can find it at www. You got it. Okay, so are we still going? How are we doing? Are you doing good? I hope so. Okay, I'll try to make that bigger. Only I don't know how. Do you know how to write poetry? And when I tell it, it's just a plain, flat story. Well, for an instance, my cousin Thelma stopped in town for a few days and she stayed at a downtown hotel. Yes, I dropped by to see her last night. Now, Marge, when I walked up to the desk to get her room number, all of a sudden the folks in the lobby cleared the path on both sides of me. And I was about to get real salty about their attitude when I chanced to look behind me and saw two old people walking up to the desk. No, they were white. And you've never seen such a couple in your life. A man and his wife, and they must have been in their late 70s. They were raggedy and kind of beat. The old lady wore men's shoes and trousers, and the old battered raincoat on her head, a man's hat. From under the hat, her white hair hung in curly wisps, and she was pretty. Yes, ma'am. She was pretty, and still she was 70 and bent and dragged her feet along instead of lifting them up. The man was dressed just as sorry as her. In his hand, he carried a paper bag. Marge, he was looking at her like every woman on earth dreams of being looked at, and her eyes were doing the same thing back at him. Are they in love? I'm not sure. Where does this come from? This is a passage, it's a story, and I don't have who wrote it. But we're trying to say, is it a flashback or a foreshadowing? Is it happening in the future or the past? Let's put it back here. What's some evidence that it could be a flashback? What is she flashbacking on? Do you know? What is flashback? It's the past, right? And she's talking about being at this hotel downtown, right? Right here, see it? The downtown hotel. And what happened? These people came in, these white people that were old, they were in their 70s, and their eyes were looking at each other like they were in love. Is that an interesting story? I like it. So, why does the author tell us this? Well, here's your answer. Are you ready? Well, for instance, here, I'll highlight it. Let's read. You know, my cousin Thelma stopped in town for a few days. Okay, we're thinking about the past, right? It's going back in time, flash back. Okay. And what did she say? Oh, wait, here, let me type it in here for you. Now, this is evidence, right? Or what? Flashback. You're thinking back in the past, right? Flashback. Did you get it? I want to make sure you understand. Okay. So, yes, I dropped by to see her last night. Now, Marge, when I walked up to the desk to get her room, all of a sudden the folks in the lobby cleared the path. I was about to get to real salty when their attitude, I looked behind me and saw two old people walking up. So, is that in the present? No, it's in the past. So, here's another one. Is it in the present or the past? Now, this will help you with your tenses, okay? Mary heard the bells ring in the distance. She thought about the time not too long ago when that sound would make her break into a sprint. What sound? Did you hear a sound? She would break into a sprint. Does that mean run really fast? Now it was that time again. Is it going to happen again? She was running so that she would not be late for school. What'd she hear? The bells ringing in the distance, right? Oh, how she disliked the sounds of the bells. Do you have an alarm clock that you wake up to? Do you like it? So, when she hears the bells, is it in the past or the future? What is she thinking about? Is it flashback or foreshadowing? And what sentence tells you that? So I think, do you know the answer? Should I give it to you? Flashback or foreshadowing? Did you learn anything? Okay. So she's thinking of the past, right? And when she thinks of the past, it's flashback. I remember that bell. You hear the school bell ring? Oh, not too long ago when you see it up here, when that sound would make her break into a sprint. Wasn't that long ago, was it? So that's a flashback, right? Okay. That's what we're learning, Nisha, is what's the difference between flashback? Flashback what? Can anyone tell me? What is it? Oh, wait. Here, I'll write it. Flashback is the past, right? So then what is foreshadowing? Oh, I like for it to be above the line here. Foreshadowing is the future. Okay. I know it's not so hard. So after reading the passage, here it is. You see? It's a flashback. Why? Why do you think so? Well, she thought about the time not too long ago, right? Good job. Go to the back. Not go to the back. You're thinking of the past. Can you tell me a time in the past? Can you think about it and tell me what happened? What happens when you hear the alarm clock go off in the morning? Do you wake up and you think, "Oh no, I'm going to be late." Remember a time when you were late? I know, that's in the past. So, what if you're thinking about, "Oh, but today I have this special thing that I'm going to do." That is in the future, right? And that might get you out of bed, right? So, what was our career? Do you all remember the career that we talked about at the beginning? Who's been here from the beginning? Did you stay for the whole class? I'm so proud of you. How do you think theater and performance makeup artists could use skills you learned in this lesson? Would you like to be a makeup artist? Let me see if I can find it. I think it's right back here. Okay, a makeup artist. Could they maybe think about a movie they saw in the past and do the makeup like that one? Or what about if they think about the future and maybe they come up with a new design for makeup, right? And they foreshadow it and predict. Okay. So they will use the skills you learned today. Isn't that impressive? High five. You guys did so good. I'm really impressed. Good job. I know it's hard stuff. This is upper level. I'm Dr. Sky. Yeah, think about your childhood. Is that a flashback? After this lesson, you should be able to recognize and analyze literary elements within and across increasingly complex traditional, contemporary, classical, and diverse literary texts. They were diverse. I'm not sure who wrote those. They were very good. Analyze non-linear plot development. Oh, let me make this clearer. Such as, flashbacks now? What about foreshadowing? What's a subplot? Parallel plot? Structures and compare it to linear plot development. You want to do another one? I know it's so fun. Let's try again. Are you ready? Now pay attention. I'm going to read the story. Underneath the creaky, weathered deck of the front porch, a pale, peeling hand was hurrying along the edge, coming up over the top. It's just a trick, like the prank they played on my last time, Eric told himself. At least you get to keep the $50, even if you can only stay part of the night in this crusty old house. Is he staying in a crusty old scary house all night long? What is he going to get? Some money? Would you do it? $50 to stay in this old scary house? Let's continue. Eric had been excited an hour earlier. Oh, here's time. Earlier? What is he doing? Good job, SR. Prediction is in the future. When Buck the bully literally bumped into him to tell him about this new dare, for he'd been dreaming, that's in the future, right? About finding a way to be cool with the kids at his new school. Buck had taken him by surprise at his locker, and instead of demanding his hat like he did every day, did he do that every day? Oh, that must be a flashback. Does anybody bully you and try to get your hat from you? Oh, I'm sorry. Like he did every Friday afternoon, he simply scuffled his hair. He messed his hair up and laughed about the It's called Overnight Dare. Can you type that in the chat, anyone? It's an overnight dare. Oh, this is getting exciting. I'm going to put it right here. Wait, I want to put it in black so you can read it. Okay. Would you do it? It's overnight. It's all night long. You have to stay there all night. I dare you. Do you know the word dare? Overnight dare. Yeah, that's the game they're playing. You want to play? It sounds scary, doesn't it? That everyone in school had been talking about. Would Eric try the dare for $50 that came with it? That was what Buck wanted to know. It's a prediction, right? Eric couldn't get it out of this one. Not with Karina watching from the water fountain, her dark brown hair getting swept into the drain with the water running. Did you see that? Do you know water fountain? You get a drink of water and sometimes your hair falls down in it. Oh no. So here he was now, stepping gingerly across the old, musty, planked deck with a strange looking pale white hand attached to his arm moving along the edge. Suddenly, so what's the example of a flashback and foreshadow in this particular passage? Why do you think the author used flashback and foreshadowing? So, what's a flashback? It's in the past. Did this happen in the past? Oh, last time he had a flashback about the guy bullying him, right? Okay, what about future? Did he think about the future and what could happen if he stayed in that old musty house? Do you guys have any questions? I know this was a hard lesson. Did you get it? So tell me the flashback. What is a flashback? No one knows flashback. Flashback. So what happened in the past? What happened? You remember? Oh, in the past. Well, this guy right here, let me put a different color on it. I like the pink. Are you ready? So he'd been dreaming about something, he wanted to find a way to be cool with the kids at school. He was dreaming about that, right? Okay, so that's kind of a past thing. What about future? In the future, would Eric try the dare for the $50 that came with it? So a flashback in this one would probably be the kid dreaming of being cool in his school. How is he going to be cool? Is there this haunted house? He's going to go stay in it all night long. Oh my goodness, that sounds kind of scary. Would you do it? Oh, we only have 5 minutes. Foreshadowing. So, what's in the future? The foreshadow. What is foreshadowing here? Is he going to do it? Oh, he is thinking about it, right? Thinking about taking the $50 dare to stay in the old house all night long. Are you scared? It sounds fun to me. You want to try it? I think it'd be great fun. Okay. Do we have any questions? Was that hard? Foreshadowing. Now, I want all of you to think of a time in your past. Can you do that right now? Think about something you did that was pretty fun and exciting, right? Can you think about it? Now type it in the chat or write it down and tell me, what did you do? Was it fun? I went fishing. Let's see, another thing that I did in the past that was so fun. Can you think of it? I learned to drive a car when I was 14 years old. Can you drive a car? Do you remember? What did you do? 150 people. Did you do anything? Is there anyone there? Do you have any questions? You guys are doing so good. Thank you so much. Now, I do have a video. Would you like to be seeing the video for nonlinear plot? I think you'll like it. Let me see if I can bring it up. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Are you ready? Okay, I'm going to play the video. This might help you
As you have
understand
learned,
better.
plot is the main events of a play, novel, or movie. It's devised and presented by a writer as an interrelated sequence. Some of these plots are linear, beginning with an exposition, following chronological order of events, and ending with a resolution. Other plots are nonlinear. They include certain elements like foreshadowing, which provides important hints about future events in the story, flashback, which involves a brief interruption in the plot that describes an earlier event, parallel plots when the author develops two or more simultaneous plots connected by character, event, or theme, subplot, a secondary story in a narrative that adds complexity and depth and connects to the main plot in the context of setting, character, or theme. Your job is to examine how and why an author might choose to construct and deliver certain points outside of chronological order. You should also be able to recognize how plot elements affect your understanding of the story.
The end. I know, was that fun? Did you like it? Oh, it was a lot of fun. Well, thank you all for joining. This was a good lesson. I hope you understand it. And I'm sorry if you couldn't read it. Now, if you go to the web app that's on your laptop or your desktop, you can see all the words. My apologies if you have the mobile. Yeah, I wasn't able to do it even when I used the mobile horizontally. So I understand. Well, did you get it? I know, it's so fun. Flashback is thinking of the past, childhood, okay, and the future, foreshadowing. Bye bye. I'm Dr. Sky. Keep practicing, right? Practice every day. Bye bye. Thank you so much, all my YouTube friends and family, and I will see you next time. Oh, can I stop sharing? Thank you. Bye bye. It's Dr. Sky now. I need to do some rebranding. Bye bye. Thank you.